So I grew up in Texas, grew up out in East Texas, out in Texarkana and Jefferson, and I I grew up out there. Went to college at UNT, University of North Texas. Moved to Dallas, and then from Dallas I left and went to New York for 7 years, LA for 6, New York again for 7, and then I've been back in Dallas 3 years. So my mom was a teacher by trade, and she did radio on the side. So when I was a kid, when I was in college, she was working at a station, and I came and hung out, and somebody didn't show up for work, and they put me on. Well, I always loved radio. The thing is, I'm a singer. So I was a music major in school, and I wanted to be a singer. So my whole thing was, once once I realized that, I got to Dallas and I realized that the talent was just sick and I didn't really feel like I was ready for all that. I said, you know what? If I can't be on the records, I'll play them. Listen, my whole career is nothing but God, okay? Because again, like I said, I was hanging out at the station, got put on. One of the ladies that I met during that time, and be real clear, we're not talking about a major radio station. We're talking about a trailer park station in Jefferson, Texas. One of the ladies that I met there ended up being Tom Joyner's personal assistant. And so she hooked me up with ABC Radio. And that's where I got my start doing all that kind of stuff. Well, fast forward, I'm at ABC Radio, and I moved to New York to write for ABC Entertainment, the radio entertainment part. While I was there, one of the ladies that I had worked with at ABC in Dallas was talking to the lady who was hiring in New York, and she said, "Oh, I'm looking for I'm looking for people." And she said, "Oh, Miko's in New York, give her a call." And literally, she called me, we clicked, she gave me the job. I would hang out there and see all that. And we actually sound alike. So it's like, okay, yeah, I can do this. This will be cool. And I loved radio all the time. So when I was hanging out at the station with her, it was just like, okay, I'm loving the music and everything. And I know I can do this because I can talk. Yes, I can. I can't do anything else, but I can talk. So I knew I could do that. So it just kind of worked itself out. It fits with everything that I am. I love to talk. I love music. Boom. So many times, kids don't see. I know for myself, when I grew up, you didn't see a lot of people on TV that look like me. It's different now. And of course, radio was always open to people that look like me. And the thing is, most times you don't see people doing it, so you don't necessarily think you can. But if you see me and you see that I'm doing this and you see what I do, you see that I teach, you see that I do this, you're like, oh, snap, I might be able to do it too. And that's important to me because people need to see that as my grandmother could say so eloquently, that there are more than one way to skin a cat. Well, for one thing, I love what I do. Yeah. I love what I do, and that makes it not be work. But when you work in radio, any radio personality will tell you, they usually have more than one gig going, and I'm sure you have the same thing in TV. You learn how to do all kinds of different things, and it's just fun. I enjoy life. I enjoy what I do. I get a chance to play, and then I get to go and teach and play with kids. Yeah. So it's fun. I like what I do. Yeah. I don't think I could dig ditches and serve pizza. I don't think I could do both of those things. I might get a little tired. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I think that more than anything is central to who I am. I've been blessed. My career, my life. If you had said to me this time when I was 18 years old that I would be sitting here with you, I'd be like, whatever. My mind can't even fathom the things that I've gotten a chance to do. And I know that if it were not for him, that wouldn't be my story. So I don't want to ever, it's easy to say, oh, I did all this, I did all that. I didn't do it by myself though. And I know that. And that's important to be shared too, Yeah. So when I got ready to apply for the job in New York, I applied, and the conversation that was had with me let me know that they weren't necessarily looking for me either. But once it all worked itself out, here I am, I'm in my 20s, I'm getting ready to move to New York City by myself. Grew up in a town that was about this big, 2,346, and that's with the dog, okay? And I'm getting ready to move to the largest city in the country. Was I scared? Absolutely. But you know what? I never wanted to have to ask the question, what if? What if I had gone? So my thing is, as long as I've got a safety net of my mother and God, I should be okay. You know what I'm saying? Because worst case scenario, I come home. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out and I come back home. Then nobody has to say, well, what do you think it would have been like if you had gone to New York? Ha ha! I know the answer to that question, you know. So that's been my thing. I never want to live with regrets. I want to make sure that I exhaust all the possibilities before I let it go. Well, first of all, the thing was, I always taped the show, and I always had the option to tape it whenever I needed to. So it always worked with other jobs, because that's what I'm saying. It really, if I'm not sleepy and I'm good and focused, I can literally do the show in 45 minutes. But, and that helps, because a lot of times what people don't understand, Sirius is a part-time job. And so you need a full-time job. So, you know, and so that makes it easy. So usually a typical day for me is, let's say I get up in the morning about 5, I'll tape till about 6 or so, then I hop in the shower, get ready, get to school, and I'm at school by 7:25, I'm out by 4, and then I can come home and do some in the evening, and then wake up and do the rest of it in the morning. So it works out. It just works with my schedule. It always has. It's so crazy because, you know, when I was in school, I told you I majored in music, and everybody was like, oh, you're going to be a music ed major? Ha, absolutely not. I don't like children like that. I don't want to be trapped in a room with 28 of them. And yet I find myself here, and I'm so glad to be at Cedar Hill. It's such a good experience. The kids are really sweet. They want to be there. They want to learn. And that makes it easier for me. I think that I had to go through everything that I went through to be ready for this. Because and that's one of the things that God has been really good with me about, is timing. You may not be ready in yourself, but he already knows what you can handle. So he's going to give you what you can handle. And that's what happened with me. Being with these children now, I'm able to be patient with them, even though I do want to strangle them sometimes because they're still kids. But at the end of the day, I love them dearly. They are my hearts, for real. You know what? Well, for one thing, no matter how big they get, they're still kids, you know, because I'm not that tall. They all tower over me, you know, and I look at them in my natural eyes and I just see a bunch of big people. But in their hearts, they're still children, and they're sweet children. Some are raggedy children, but you know, they're children, and you just have to be, you know, you have to be patient with children just like you want somebody to be patient with you. And it's fun. It actually is fun. I find myself excited to go to work. So that's a good thing.
I love that. Not everyone has that.
No, they don't. Let me tell you something. When I tell you I'm blessed all day long, you know, because I get a chance to play the music I love, talk about the artists and the things that concern me and that I like, and you know, all that good stuff. And then I get to go to school and help the future, because teaching is touching the future. And so I get a chance to help guide them in ways that I necessarily wasn't guided, but that are helpful so that they may be able to avoid some of my pitfalls.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.